Yo guys, Aaron here, welcome to my video, and today's video is going to be about one position that every Premier League clubs need to improve. Also, I've chosen one player for that position which I think is going to be a good player for that club. So yeah, let's go. First club, we got Arsenal and they need a centre back. Obviously they got David Luiz, Socrates, Mustafi back there. And I think they really need a top class centre back, and I think they've been trying to sign Upamecano, but I don't think he's going to go there. I think he's going to go to a better team. Sorry Arsenal fans. But I think Dan Axel Zagadou is going to be a really good choice for them. I think he's going to cost way less than Upamecano. Zagadou also is like a main part of the Dortmund's defense. He's been a really good defender in Champions League games, and yeah, I think Zagadou is a good option for them. And Mustafi, as Claude says,
it's time to go!
Okay, next up we got Aston Villa. They need a right back. I've chosen Ola Aina from Torino. Ola Aina is a really good player. Obviously, I'm a Chelsea fan and he's a Chelsea Academy graduate, and I've seen him play for a while. And I think he's a really versatile, can play left wing back, right wing back, left back, right back. And I think the system that Aston Villa play, which they switch their formation quite a lot, 2-3 at the back or 4 at the back, I think he's going to be a really good player. And also he's got the connection with John Terry, which is he's like the assistant manager of the Aston Villa's manager. And yeah, I think he's going to be a really good player. And his price isn't out of Aston Villa's budget. Yeah. So next up we got Bournemouth. For Bournemouth, I chosen a centre midfielder. Lamina from Galatasaray. Lamina, he played in Southampton last year or 2 years back. But I think Lamina can really help Bournemouth just be tight in the midfield. And he's good on the ball, can defend. He's a really good box-to-box midfielder, and he's not going to cost a lot. So yeah, they should sign him. Next up, we got Brighton. Brighton also need a centre midfielder. And I've chosen Martin de Roon from Atalanta. De Roon is a really interesting player. Obviously they qualified for Champions League, and they finished second in group stages. They beat Valencia. I think they were to quarterfinals, and I think De Roon, the way I've seen him play, he's a really good player. Can defend, can attack, and I think he can be a really big help for Brighton, you know. And yeah, next up we got Burnley. I think Burnley, they're gonna need a defensive midfielder. Jack Kirk and Westwood have been really good for a few years, but I think they're getting to that age. Obviously Delph isn't young, he's like 28, 29, but I think he's going to be a really good player for them. He's really underrated. Obviously you guys see him for Manchester City. He played left back CDM. He was just constantly being like a really good player for them. He's really versatile, and I think good on the ball, and he's like he's going to be a very big player for Burnley. And yeah, next up we got Chelsea, my beloved club. I think the only position for now I think we need to upgrade on is left back. Not only, but like that's the most important position we should upgrade on. And I've chosen Telles. Telles is a really good left back. I've seen him play in Champions League. Really good free kicks. Defensively solid. He can cross really good, and I think he can be a really good upgrade on Alonso and Emerson, which they have been really inconsistent. Sometimes they're like Roberto Carlos, sometimes they play like who knows, like the average Joe from the Sunday League, you know. So I think we really need a left back, and I've chosen Telles. Next up we got Crystal Palace. They need a striker. They've been playing Benteke. The guy scores like 1 goal every season and then just like disappears to next season, and he scores 1 goal and he does it again. I've chosen Batshuayi for Crystal Palace. Batshuayi obviously played in Crystal Palace last year and he scored 5 goals. But he went back to Chelsea. Crystal Palace actually tried to sign him, but he was kind of out of their valuation. But this year I think they can get him because Batshuayi's value is probably lower than last year, and it will be a good option for them. Next up we got Everton. Everton, they need a centre midfielder. They need a centre back too, but I think the most important position they need is centre mid. They obviously missed Idrissa Gueye so much. He was a really good player and they missed him, but I think they should get Allen from Napoli. Allen is a really good player, and I think Everton can get him for 40-45 million, and he's in his peak. He's got the connection with Ancelotti because they were in Napoli together, and yeah, he's a really good player. Next up, we got Leicester City. Leicester City, they don't really need a lot of positions to upgrade. Maybe a backup striker. They're gonna need a right winger. I don't think Ayoze Perez is that player, but I think Buendia will be a perfect player for them. He's from Norwich, and I think he's not gonna cost a lot, and he just sounds like a Leicester player. I don't know why. Obviously, Madison came from Norwich too, but I think Buendia will be the perfect right winger for them. Next one, we got Liverpool. Liverpool, I don't think they need a lot of players, but probably someone like a backup striker or like someone like really versatile that can play in any positions on the front three and whenever Liverpool needs. And I think Werner is going to be that. Werner is a really good player, versatile, and I think he can do that job. And Liverpool have the money, so I don't see any reason for Liverpool to not get him. Next up, we got Man City. Man City, they need one position, it's centre back. I've gone with Upamecano. I think he was linked with Arsenal, but I don't think he's going to go to Arsenal. I think he's going to be a really good partner for Laporte. Fast defender, strong, defensively solid, and I think he's going to really improve Man City's defense. Next up, we got Manchester United, right winger, and there's only one player for that position, it's Jadon Sancho. Obviously, as a Chelsea fan, I would really want him to play in Chelsea, but for his price, it's just so much, like 120 million, and I think we are better off just spending it in other places. And I think United have the more money than us, and I think he's probably gonna go there, unless if they don't finish in Champions League spots, which means that I think Sancho is gonna come to Chelsea. Let's hope United to not finish in Champions League and Sancho is gonna play with his boys, So yeah, next up we got Newcastle. They need a striker, man. They need a striker. Obviously they have Joelinton, but Joelinton, even though he's a good player, he hasn't been that good this season. The way this Newcastle play just doesn't suit the system. I think it's better off for him to play in a front two. I think Giroud is that player. I think he has a point to prove in Premier League. Even though he's 32, 33, but I think he has like 2-3 more years in him, and I think he's going to be the perfect guy who Joelinton can learn from and improve in the Premier League. Next up, we got Norwich City. They need a defensive / SCM, someone box to box. And I've chosen Louis Baker, a Chelsea Academy graduate again.
Back again!
For a few years, he's been really unlucky with injuries. He's 24. He can still grow. He's good on the ball defensively, really good. Has a shot on him, can score, can assist, can score. Really big physical midfielder. I think he was in Leeds last season, but I think they can get him for a cheap price. And as you guys know, Chelsea has to sell a lot of players due to the FIFA rules on the loans. They have like 40 players on loan. I think most of them are going to get sold, and I think Louis Baker is one of them who's going to get sold. And I think Norwich City can really do with a midfielder like him. Next up, we got Sheffield United. They need a striker defensively. I don't think they're not going to need reinforcements. They're really good. Midfield, they bought Sander Berg from I think the Belgian league. He was I don't know what team it was. It was probably Anderlecht, I think it was Anderlecht. And I think they need a striker. I've gone with Troy Parrott from Tottenham. Troy Parrott, I think he's a young player, big potential, but I don't think Jose is going to use him. I think he's better off to go to a loan and just learn. I think Chris Wilder is the perfect manager to learn. I think he's going to learn to be physical, be more smart with his movements. And I think when he has like a year or two experience in Premier League, I think he can go back to Tottenham and expect to play in Tottenham, maybe next to Harry Kane, or be a rotational option for them. Next team we have Southampton. Southampton, they need a centre back. And I've chosen Martin Hinteregger from Frankfurt. Hinteregger is a really good defender. I've seen him play last year against Chelsea in the Europa League semi-final. He plays in Frankfurt. I think he's not that expensive, probably 15-20 mil region. And with his Austrian connections, with Hasenhüttl, the manager of Southampton, I think he's not going to have a lot of problems. I think it's a really good buy for Southampton. And Next up, we got Tottenham. Obviously, they need a right back. They need more positions, but I think right back is the most important one. And I've gone with Max Aarons from Norwich. He's young, highly rated in England, and I think for 25 million, I reckon they can get him from Norwich. And I think Jose really needs a right back, because you just can't trust Aurier, man. He can get like a red card just with passing. You never know.
Yeah, I think it's a good buy.
So we got Watford. They also need a centre back. I've gone with Alfie Mawson from Fulham. I've seen Mawson play quite a lot last year when he was in Fulham. He's still in Fulham. He used to be in Swansea too. He has quite a lot of Premier League experience, and I think he can really help Watford to be more solid at the back. He's not old. He's like 25, 26, and most of the defenders in Watford are old, I think, and they can do with a younger defender. And yeah, I think he's the perfect guy for them. Next up, we got West Ham. They need a centre midfielder. I mean, they've been relying on Mark Noble for like 10, 12 years, and the guy's legs are gone. They needed like someone younger to play with Declan Rice, and I think Ben Nasser from AC Milan is that guy. He's really good on the ball, defensively solid, and I think him and Declan Rice, they're going to be a really good pivot next to each other. And I think really he's a really good player. And obviously they won the African Cup of Nations with Algeria, and I think he's a good option for this price. And yeah, we got Wolves. I've gone with a striker, a backup striker for Jimenez, and I think Andre Silva is that guy. Wolves, they're gonna need a backup for Jimenez, and I think Silva is young, he's 24, 25, and I think he still can grow, and I think with his Portuguese connections, he can really sign for Wolves and just not feel, he has his friends there, and I think he's not gonna have a lot of like, he's not gonna be like lonely there, and he's not gonna have any language barriers, which is also gonna help him. And I think yeah, Wolves he's like, I think a really good spot for him to grow and learn from Jimenez. And yeah, thank you guys for watching my video. Obviously, this is my players that I've chosen for the teams. If you guys think, if you guys have other players for that positions, just let me know in the comments. And also, I think I'll be a really good director of football for the clubs, you know? I mean, hey, Premier League clubs, if you guys need like a director of football, just hit me up. I'm down, you know? Thank you guys for watching. Subscribe to my channel, like my video, and see you later.